Got audio going. Why don't both of you say something here real quick, and we'll test out the audio levels.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right. How's that sound, everybody?
Oh, it's weird to see myself somewhere else. Hey guys. Wait. Oh, hello.
Hello.
All right.
Where was there? We go. Yep. Okie dokie. All right. Everything looks right there. Then let's get started. Welcome everybody to this episode of Landmark Live Feature Rant. It is no longer EverQuest Next Live Feature Rant. I just haven't changed out the logo yet. Welcome each and every one of you to the show. There's so many of you. Normally I'd call out names and such, but there's already a whole awesome lot of you folks. So we're just going to get started here. All right. So we have two awesome guests here from the community here. We have Yamiino from yamgames.com.
What's up, guys?
And we also have Gemme Sombre. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, Gemme Sombre.
Oh, that sounds a little better. I was just kind of butchering it. You don't stream the game at all, right? You just
No, I definitely don't stream.
just do awesome builds, though, right?
If you call it that, yeah, sure.
Alrighty then. They're pretty cool builds. Anyway, so why don't the two of you talk about a little bit of your past? Like, are you Minecraft players? Are you EverQuest players? MMO players? Jem, why don't we start with you?
I started in 1997 was my first game. I did the Moby games. We started with just, texting, where it was just really, you had to use your mind to play the games. And I was introduced into Alpha Beta paid, which you got paid to Alpha Beta. So I did a lot of paid Alpha Beta games. Continued on through there. I've actually played WoW, Ion. Did we crash? Lineage 2.
Yeah.
Guild Wars 2. And a few tiny ones. So I've done MMOs. I've played Minecraft, Terraria. My background is graphics design art. I've done 3D modeling.
Nice.
My job is actual portfolio work, so I do a lot of photography and stock photo. So that's me.
Very cool. So if anybody needs things related to photography, you know who to go to now. All right. Yeah. How about you? Your background as a gamer and what you're all about.
Oh boy, I have. Wait, there's some sound going through. Wait, K-Trick. There we go. All right. Sorry. I've been playing games since I was like, holy crap, like 12 years old. I don't know. I started as a Nintendo kind of guy. Got into gaming, like on online gaming, when Tibia was online. That was around 1999, something around that. And also played a lot of Ragnarok Online. I played Ion. I played Guild Wars 2. I never played EverQuest games until now, until Landmark came out. And I'm having a blast with it. I live in Mexico City. You might know that already.
Yep.
And I'm a graphic designer. I launched 2 or 3 different online business, but I am into streaming now. So yeah, that's what I do, like 24/7.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do stream a hell of a lot. I think you're even streaming right
Yes.
now, aren't you?
I am. I am. I am playing. I am trying to freaking get some alabaster right now. because I want the shinies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously, this guy is a machine. Anytime I want to, come watch somebody streaming, he's usually streaming. So, it's pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about some stuff. You wanted to talk about wind. Now, you were just joking, but it's actually, I was kind of thinking about that a little bit. The idea of being able to toggle wind on and off as the two states for the founders flags and such, that you can have them windy or you can have them limp if you want.
Yeah.
Or that could actually be a fun effect. Like you've got some of the flags on your claim that are blowing, but some of them that are somewhere in the interior that are just kind of sitting there flaccid because there's no wind blowing by.
So you can actually do that?
Yeah,
I'm asking
What do you
because I'm gonna
think
try
of
it
the
now.
What do you think of the idea?
I think it's great. Actually, someone was talking on my stream that, all right, it could work like a torch. Like if you click it, it would like start the animation.
yeah,
Or if you didn't want that, then like click it again and it would turn off. You know?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea.
All right. So, one of the things that I think the game would really be great with is personalized objectives. Being able to define your own objectives. If you're trying to collect 1,000 alabaster or 10,000 or a million cobalt, which is what I'm going to be going for pretty soon, it's it's a lot nicer when you have somewhere in the interface that tells you how far along you are to that goal. And it could even be dynamic, like how much, if I'm trying to get, say, 100,000 or 10,000 cobalt ingots, it'll give me not only the current amount of ingots that I have, but also the amount of ore that I have. So it more dynamically displays the amount, and potentially even takes into account that I have the tier 3 refinery. So, I think that'd be a great system. And there's plenty of other things like, crafting. You could have it set that you are at a station and it keeps automatically crafting whatever item you have the materials for until you run out or until you hit the first legendary or whatever the terms would be.
Good idea. I would love that.
Probably help with the collecting all the what's it called, lumicite. Yeah.
I was trying. Actually, I think this is what it's intended to be. Like you were crafting, and if you leave, you should keep crafting it. Like leave your materials there.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't cancel the action if you run out. It is still is in the process of doing it, but it is not giving you the material. So I think it is supposed to work like what I'm saying, but I don't know. And if you could like set little rules, like what you said, like, all right, get the first legendary and stop there. Don't waste any more materials. That would be great. That could be compared to what Rust is. I don't know if you have played Rust, but those that played it, you can put stuff into a forge and basically leave it there for the night, and when you come back, it already used the materials and converted it to something else, So I think that would be a great idea.
Okay, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since you can actively gather as these things are working, should you be allowed to gather while these things are working?
I think you could probably put some of your materials, like if you were sending a mail, pretty much, and just leave it there and keep it working.
So you should only work with what you previously have, not anything that you're actively gathering, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you leave it there, like in the storage, and it starts like converting it. I would like that. I would love that. I would draw with that.
Yeah, I could see that happening, but I could also see an exploit in that, sitting there as it's going, kind of going around everywhere and picking this stuff up and accumulating all this stuff while it's working.
Well, the thing is, if you're, let's say, converting stone into something else, let's say with a sifter, you don't actually need to be there. The machine is doing the work.
Right.
So why not dropping the stone in there and just leave and get more stone when you get back? It might be done, might not be. Then you can add more and stuff like that. Like, why wasting time sitting there watching the little bar going on, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I mean, I know, I understand for some things that it's nice to have a few seconds for each item to be crafted, so that way you can stop it and cancel when you need to. But there's a lot of things that, if I've got a stack of 1,000 that I want to make, I want it to just do it quickly. I don't want to be sitting
Right.
there. It's a time sink that's really unnecessary for the game. Especially because until it is all set up that we can load in the materials, walk away, come back later, and maybe there's an inventory on each machine that you collect from. um,
Yeah.
that could be it, is that there's an inventory that you both put the raw materials into as well as collect the processed materials out from.
It's basically like, it's just you need to play Rust, man. I'll
I
drag you
hate
into
keep
Rust.
bringing up Minecraft, but they do have that in Minecraft, and I
Yeah,
hate bringing up
Minecraft.
Minecraft that way.
it's,
But
it's fine.
yeah, I
Yeah, in
hate bringing up
Minecraft.
Minecraft, but yeah, as long as you can't accumulate while you have that processing and you have to add to it, then yeah, I would agree with that.
Now, something that I had talked about on a previous live feature rant was the idea of field tools and actually being able to bring crafting tables and refineries, or more field versions that you don't deploy them on a claim. You deploy them in the field for a temporary amount of time, and maybe it costs 5 coal per minute or something to keep it running. There would be kind of the lower level versions, or maybe there's even upgradable versions. But how do you think that would work? Would that be a more appropriate way to do it than having it just constantly feeding into the machine as you're collecting out in the world?
I agree. I totally agree. Like, if you want to transform something, you need either coal or charcoal. Just like Minecraft, basically. I mean, we all know Landmark is better than Minecraft. Um, but it is still is missing a lot of things. I think the Landmarks is still missing monsters and stuff like that. They are coming, and as Omid is here, he can like get some like suggestions from here. I would love to see you wasting some materials in order to craft something, like apart from just dropping in, let's say, wood and getting something like wood logs. You know,
Right.
how you do is just an idea.
I could see a combo station being made where they have a timer of how long they actually stay in the world, and they expire within a certain period of time. These combo stations, you can do several different things at a certain period of time, and once they expire, they're gone. So they're consumable. And
Mm-hmm.
these would be where you do your time sink in.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I mean, that'd actually be really great, especially I'm thinking about in the context of altars. I don't really know if the altars are actually going to be in Landmark. I think that's going to be exclusive to EverQuest next. But if they do have something like that in Landmark, it would be great to be able to, you know, make a bunch of materials in the field real quick before you hit it up, and try to have as many attempts as possible at it. But like I said, I don't know if that's actually going to be in Landmark. I feel like that might be maybe something that's going to be reserved for next.
Yeah, with the introduction of caves, I'm kind of
Yes.
wondering exactly what they're going to do. Like, are they going to allow us to have chests on the outworld? Are they going to allow us to have torches on the outworld? I mean, I'd really like to know what they're planning for that.
Well, probably torches would be a great idea, like lighting up like the cave you discovered. Um, but I don't know. I mean, the gems that you can make, like the I don't know the name. It's like the one that leads you.
Lightstone.
Yeah, that thing. um, I think that's actually what it's intended for. But I can see some stuff like basic stuff. I mean props. being placed on the world, like what we can build with dirt, for example.
Yeah, and anything that's consumable that has a timer, like
Mm-hmm.
torches that have a timer that you can craft with that station, that would be great to have. That it consumes itself within a certain period of time, and as long as you use it within that period of time, would be a great feature to have.
And actually, that's something I'd really love to see. I was kind of waiting until caves are in before I start talking about it, but I guess I'll bring it up now. The idea of actually being able to set up semi-permanent structures. If you use just plain wood or whatever to make just some little reinforcements, you can keep a tunnel alive for 20 minutes or something. You can use torches in the same way. If you use a combination of like burled wood and heartwood, those will last an hour. If you use ones that use like one of the rare heartwoods and striped wood or something along those lines, and a whole hell of a lot of it, you can keep it up for maybe as many as 6 hours. So players can actually bring a whole bunch of these and set up a long campaign over to make a giant tunnel, and just be able to keep funneling into whatever floor they're trying to do work on, whatever level they're trying to do work on, where they found a cave and they've excavated down into it, and now it's time to just kind of take it over and take everything out as much out as possible. And what that would also allow for is like a 6 hour sort of thing, or the different time limits of different stuff. Actually being able to set up a base camp with like a respawn point and all of that, because if you're going to be down there for a while, it'd be nice to be able to set up something to help when you actually do get killed, because there's probably going to be tons of things crawling through the earth coming after you everywhere.
Spider Pig is gonna be there.
Yeah, they're mentioning in chat, like, to have an offhand light source and to have something stationary that actually you consume would be a great idea. I think that would be perfect.
Like an oil
as you're
lamp?
walking through, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I would love that.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, there is a little glitch right now. If you zoom in all the way in, like first person, you turn into a torch, a human torch. So yeah, maybe they will fix it. Omid, you already know about it. I'm reporting it right now.
Should we talk about the other thing you found, or just leave that for the reports for now?
The grappling?
Yeah.
Roshan already knows about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So something else here that I think would be awesome for the game is anything that you own that can be equipped on the character and is visually demonstrated, should also be available to place as a prop. Like being able to place your array of all the picks and all the axes that you used previously, and just have them kind of decorating your wall. Or maybe you've got like 12 pulverizers that you've got under the ground, and you've got them set to their on state, so it looks like just this big nasty grinder that you don't want to fall in.
You give those away, man. You give those away. You make raffles out of it.
I don't think I followed the question.
Like converting your axes and picks, whatever.
Oh, you mean the salvage, to bring that back?
No,
no,
converting them into props.
Yeah, or it wouldn't even necessarily be converting them to props. It would just be adding them in the world as a prop that you can pick back up at any time. It is still the item. It's still represented as like.
So like the axe that you're using, being able to place it on the station.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Or even being able to make a little maybe a prop that's a mannequin that you can put one of your outfits on.
Ooh, Assassin's Creed, anyone? Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of application for it. But yeah, that's I think that'd be great, especially if someone wants to do the whole Batman underground lair where there's all the different sealed off areas with all the different suits of armor that they have.
Yeah, and armor.
And that could actually even be kind of like how it's in DCUOs. You're functional, like when you're out in the world and you're hot swapping your equipment, those are the pieces of equipment you're swapping from.
Right. Yeah, I can see
it.
that. So you have your armories in there, or you have your stations where you can just quick switch to whatever armor that you choose with a hotkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Um,
a lot of application for it.
Inboy 70 is saying like a trophy. Exactly. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also you can use like axes and and just about anything. If we get weapons, anything like that as a prop, that would be great. I would like to see that, sickles and stuff like that on the wall. That would be nice.
Yeah. And in fact, that's actually something, items that they've taken out of the game in terms of actual stats and attributes, but they still have the models and art for, like some of the picks that they used to have in Alpha that I don't believe they have anymore. That could also go back in and just have a craftable prop version that isn't actually used as a tool.
Yeah.
Talking about all this just got me back into an idea we had. Like, legendaries, axes and pigs and whatever.
Hmm.
They don't glow or whatever. I would love to have like a glowing thing. Like if I make a legendary, like have it glow or whatever to show off like it's a legendary.
I mean, I'm waiting for full-on Diablo or Torchlight style item randomization where it's got the name before it, the name after it, some
Oh yeah.
modifier in the name,
Who
all of
created it,
those, yeah,
right?
all of those different properties to it, and if it's of a certain level or higher, it's got a natural light source to it, kind of like D&D
Yeah.
weapons, yeah. And that
You
was
know,
actually D&D that I believe kind of started with that sort of stuff, leveraging from that one sword from Lord of the Rings that what's his name had. The Hobbit kid.
Frodo,
Yeah. No, it was Bilbo who had that one.
Bilbo Baggins
Yeah. Yeah.
was
That's
Gollum,
right.
the precious.
Yeah. So that's that would absolutely be awesome, and especially just like they were showing on the EQ2 Insider, the first episode of it earlier today, having something where it actually shows the element that you're using represented on the weapon would be great, not just for players but also for enemies that have magic weapons, so you can know what the hell they're about to hit you with, and
Oh yeah.
whether you need to run away and rearm or use a potion of fire resistance or whatever.
Yeah, any
Well,
buffs or anything like that, glow a different color.
Yeah, swirl with different particle effects
Ant.
in different ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the void bolt. I will have. I,
Yeah.
I would love to have that in my pick.
Oh yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of those physics effects because they are just gorgeous.
I
I
love them.
I miss them in PlanetSide 2. I really do. Like I got my 780 and I'm still waiting for the physics stuff to be all nice and in there and solid and stable again.
You got 780, man.
Yeah.
How is your FPS on Landmark when streaming? Sorry, it's like totally different from the Rant. But
It's
yeah.
no, it's pretty lovely. I've got at least a 30 frame rate most of the time, so
All right. All right.
it's pretty good.
All right. I don't feel bad then because I'm having like 25. So yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not optimized yet, so we have to wait for that as well.
To be fair, I am doing it at my monitor is only a 1680, so not only is that less that the graphics card has to handle, I only have one monitor, but I actually play the game windowed beyond that, so it's really only running the game at like 1280 resolution or so. So
All right.
it doesn't have to struggle nearly as much, and I get a much better frame rate when I'm streaming that way.
Well, still.
Also, I can see chat while I'm streaming, which is the most important thing, because otherwise I'm just some douchebag sitting there playing a game with a whole bunch of people asking why the hell I'm doing what I'm doing.
All right. So, what else?
So, I was going to talk about being able to define like a prop, like a template placement thing where you can say if it doesn't have enough props, either it'll automatically use your resources to craft those props and fill it in if it can, or the way that it's gone now, which I believe has already been implemented, that it'll just put it in drops. And you won't have.
Domo is asking, how do you play in 1650?
It's easy. I don't my eyes are really good, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. What the fuck?
It looks just as good. I think the way it works with the game is how you scale the window doesn't really make the size of it, like the resolution, any bigger or smaller. It just crops the amount of space that I can see.
Yeah.
So it's not really affecting me that much. Your eyes would bleed. But I mean, there's what am I hunting for? Is big, giant, colorful splotches on the environment. Like that's easy enough to see. It's like, oh hey, I'm out in the desert. Oh, that giant green patch. Either it's random grass or it's tungsten. Cobalt's pretty easy to identify if you're on a tier 4. Diamond and mithril are pretty easy to identify no matter where you're at. So, I don't have too much trouble with that sort of stuff. Building, my problem is that I can't shrink myself down to a 1 voxel size wisp, fly into all the spaces that I need to, get up from below stuff and build things up from below it, and do all that sort of stuff because the characters are kind of big and wonky and awkward and they can't fly. So it kind of limits the way I have to be able to build, and I know other people have the same issues with it. And it also would really help to be able to hollow out an area to actually fly inside of it and hollow it out from the inside rather than going from the outside and having to dig a hole somewhere and patch it again and hope that it all looks nice.
Oh.
Well, flying is coming soon.
Soon.
Soon. That's their favorite word.
I mean,
Soon.
it doesn't have to be soon. They just need to give us, unlock the dev cheat mode that gives them flying and
Push
let us
the
Make it an item and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, they say about, oh no, we have the same things that the players have, and then they're flying. It's like you can fly and build. I wish I had that when I was building my vertical claim. It was really difficult not having, especially because it kept getting wider as it went up, so I can't really use the grappler to hook myself around.
Soon trademark.
Yep, soon trademark indeed. Okie dokie. We talked about refineries a little bit already. So, do you prefer the idea of refineries being a place where you dump stuff off and come back later? Or do you prefer it as being something where anybody can use it just as a regular station and there's no limitation?
Anyone can use it. However, I'm bringing Rust again, like as an example. If you're given permissions, I think each station should have separate permissions. Because sometimes, you're making a legendary or whatever, and you don't want people to take that. In Rust, it basically works as, all right, someone is around it, you click it, and you get it, like you get whatever is inside. So that's a way to also make a workaround for the refinery stations so that you can also share them. Like, I don't really like having like one station only for myself, because probably someone helped me or whatever. So having like permissions for each, like different, like, all right, you can put in stuff, but you cannot get stuff out of it. That would be great.
Yeah, I mean that the group aspect is definitely a thing because getting a group of 20 people together to make one set of refineries that all of them can use, that encourages teamwork. The way it is set up right now with the private per person, that discourages teamwork. Actually, that's more of a competitive. I need mine, and then you get yours on your own sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, like why am I making your stuff, right?
Right.
So setting permissions as claims, but like simple ones, like, all right, you can take, but you cannot. I mean, you can put in, but you cannot pick up, or something like that. Or all right, I'm giving you all full permissions. You can pick up as well. You can put in, you can pick up. and stuff like that. Like
Or
it's simple,
they
pretty
have to
much.
be standing there and it's using their inventory rather than the machine's inventory.
Uh huh.
Well, see, this kind of went off the point with chess as well. See, I don't just see, like, this is, I guess, kind of towards the guild stuff because I'm a guild leader. I don't want every builder to be able to access all my chests.
Right.
I want to be able to give permission to specific people to be able to access certain chests. So this also gives the refinery kind of the same situation. I want to be able to give certain people access to these refineries. Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone should have it, but there should be people that you are able to give these refineries permissions to.
Yeah,
And a
basically,
degree
the
of
workaround. Sorry, the workaround right now is pick up and place it, but that's not right.
That's a terrible workaround.
Mm-hmm.
and it works, but it's still somebody can pick it up, take it with them, and they're gone.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I already know somebody who had their legendary stations taken because they had it available for people, and someone decided to spoil a good time.
Oh yeah.
Let's be honest. There is assholes in every game,
Yeah.
every single game.
Yep.
Even though Landmark community is great, there's still bad people out there.
I hate to phrase it this way, but it's only gonna get. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it's gonna start getting worse as more and more people filter in. The alpha community, awesomest folks you're gonna find.
Oh my
There's only
god.
one schlong I found in the entire game, and he at least made it a decent quality one, so it wasn't a disappointment. But other than that, people were great during the alpha. Beta, it's been a lot of really positive, but then I've also been seeing a lot more, just people who are jerks and rude to SOE staff in general, and
Yeah.
it's something that was unheard of in alpha, but now with beta, with it being kind of, once again, I hate to use words with a negative connotation, but kind of diluted with players that don't have the same vested interest in the game. It unfortunately is starting to move things in such a way that really it's going to be up to the alpha community and the people that are really focused on the game to keep things in check and keep all of those people in check, here and going forward, because there's only going to be more and more and more people as the game goes, open beta and live launch.
And
Well, it
that's
just
why we
comes to
need.
say,
That's why we
more
need next alpha
ahead.
now.
the more you open your door in a hailstorm, the more ice you get in your door. So, I mean, it's the way it is, period.
Yeah.
The more they open their door to more people, the more hail they're going to have in their house.
Mm-hmm.
And more bird shit apparently too.
Yeah. Well, the more you open your your visor door, the more you get into your car.
Indeed.
Oh well, it was good while it lasted.
I have to say this. I've been around many places, and I've been around many alphas, and I've been in many forums, and this is one of the three that has been the most amazing places I've ever been.
Oh.
It's pretty awesome. This is
Group hug.
Stream hug.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better, probably one of the best, even with the kind of pay to play features that might have actually helped initially. I don't know what the value of all the items, total combined would be for the starter pack. I mean, I paid for Alpha Squad for PlanetSide 2, and I didn't regret that one bit. I enjoyed that, especially every time they reissued the 6-month boost. The last time I had squatted on it until I finally got a new machine, and then got the most out of it, and got up to battle rank 76 or so before it ran out.
I think I've got my money's worth just with the community that's gone on. I think I've far outreached the money I've put in.
Yeah.
I really like it.
It's fun. It's a lot of
It's
fun.
fun.
It's gonna get a lot better. I am so excited for combat when that comes through. I am gonna be breaking that down, picking it apart, doing strategies and tactics and all that stuff. Solo, small group, large group, cave dwellers, surface dwellers, the works. That's what I want to focus on. Battle is my thing. I like the crafting. I like the harvesting. I like the the building, but I'm here to kick ass, take names, and
Of course.
unfortunately, well, that means that people are going to be dying that don't necessarily want to be.
Well,
I can dig it. They can hire my services as muscle. I can fish their corpses out from the rocks where they flung themselves because they
hire
forgot
some
that there's gravity.
bodyguards. Yeah, that's one of the things we were discussing. Like, what would be the first thing that would shock you most? It's not going to be lava and it's not going to be water. It's going to be fall damage because so many people are used to jumping and bobbing around, but they're worried about water and drowning and they're worried about fire and burning.
I cannot go Spider-Man anymore.
I wonder if they're going to make voxels like on claims context specific to what you're hitting them with. Like if the thatched roof will just light on fire faster than everything else. 'Cause I think that'd be pretty funny. Actually,
Hey, by the way,
what's up?
getting back to groups, the groups comments,
Mhm.
I would love to see a bigger group, like not only 4. I would love to see like 8, 12, whatever, like bigger than 4. Suggestion, I mean.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely with you there. Four is a nice small, tidy group to be doing just a little bit, but ultimately if I want to be playing with the entire community and everybody that I'm streaming and that's in my channel as I'm playing, that's going to be, in the future upwards of 50, 100, 200 people or whatever. And that we don't have groups of that size yet. It would be basically being in a guild or something like that at that point. And I'm not even sure what they're going to do for one guild per person, or if you're going to be able to join multiple groups, or how that's going to work. What do you think? Should it just be one larger group, or larger groups and even larger groups like guilds and alliances, or infinite amount of groups and you just join whatever and whoever because it's just a sandbox game?
Well, I would say maximum of 12. Like a raid, like
Okay.
well, raid is
I would
24,
say-
right, or something like
Yeah, I
that.
would say minimum 7, maximum 12. I would say that's a
Uh-huh.
good, decent group size.
Okay. I'll give you that. It's what I'm really going to be interested in is, how they're scaling the enemies in the groups. Is a Chomper a solo encounter? Is it a 4-person, 5-person? Is it the sort of thing where you need to take a town and, come with pitchforks and torches and bazookas? Because I don't know.
I love how PlanetSide works. Like it has, I believe, 12 slots. And for example, for me as a streamer, I can invite people to join me and play together. I don't like to be apart. I don't like playing alone. So I would love to be able to invite people to my party and get something from it,
Yeah.
Like Landmark is giving, it's supposed to be giving like 20%
bonus.
more. Yeah, it's not working. But yeah, it's coming soon again. But yeah, I would love to have that, and I think that's a great thing because I mean, if they are allowing us to build together and adding like unlimited amount of people to our claims, why not giving us that
Group
into
combat.
parties as well? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But something
Well,
will need to be done about that because if you are going to have like 32 people in a party, you will swipe the map pretty much. You will like kill every single monster that there is. So there should be in the dynamic AI, there should be a little thing that what Guild Wars 2 has, for example, that it scales the event depending on how many people are joining it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the sort of, I'd really like to see that as part of the just dynamic stuff in the world in general. You fell a tree, some amount of enemies in the distance will be alerted and start coming your way, and it might even potentially generate some amount of enemies as you do that, depending on your group size. So if you do have 20 people and you're starting to do mass logging and deforestation in an area, a bunch of nasty chompers and tree ants and other things come out, and you just have a big old woodland battle. And
Oh,
you
that would
know
be nice.
that's
Yes, I totally agree with that. Yes. Yes. Because as quickly as you can clear a forest, the maps just don't seem big enough. And even just four group, if you were to make them bigger, you could really clear a whole map in the matter of 10 minutes.
a large section. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely any place where I can be sitting around for 20 minutes chopping just one specific rare type of tree, bringing a group of 20 people, that entire desert's going to be clear in 5 minutes. It's everybody's
Yeah.
going to fan out and grab them all.
Right.
There's still a lot of like things to be thinking about, like with groups. But I don't think that's gonna be like impossible. I think there's a way to do it.
Well, I can see instances placed in. That would be a very good idea to do group combat.
Like Guild versus Guild
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be great. Well, I would love to see a combat like what Elder Scrolls Online has or Guild Wars 2. Holy crap, I love that PvP so much. I love it. I mean, fighting against other servers or other maps or other factions, other guilds, whatever, and protecting stuff like whatever your clan, call it your castle, your I don't know, your keep, whatever.
Yeah, as a guild thing. Yeah.
That will be so cool because Landmark has a whole new dimension to it. You will be able to make traps or something and load it off and burn people with lava underneath it, and that would be so cool. I would
Yep.
love to see that.
Yep. There's all
Yeah.
sorts of things I can think of. Just having, there's just a microvoxel grate that you've just got sitting there, and they know, oh crap, if we stand on this for too long, they're just gonna blast it out, and we're in the lava. That's the entire
Exactly.
strategy. Yeah, I've seen some really amazing stuff people have made where there's tiles that are kind of floating next to each other. Looks very much like something out of a video game. Like any one of them could be a hidden elevator or something.
Oh man, the amount of imagination I've seen in Landmark so far, and we are just in the first 3 months of it.
Yeah.
They really meant, and their very first video, if you can imagine it, you can build it. That was exactly what they meant.
Yeah.
It's basically you smoking weed while watching Minecraft.
That's one way to put it, I guess. I would say
Yeah.
Minecraft is, now this is one I saw a picture somebody do. Minecraft is the little 8-pack of Crayola crayons. Landmark is the full 64-pack with the sharpener.
Basically, Landmark would be the Photoshop, the Photoshop version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just amazing the amount of potential, what people have done so far, and we don't even have close to all of the features in yet, and a lot of the features we have still need to be kind of worked on and revised. I know like the line tool and a lot of the angles that I work with, they just get really messy, and that's actually one of the tools that I'd really love to have. And I talked this one's on the list here, a sharpen tool.
Sharpen tool.
Sharpen. So if I do an angle or something and it's jaggy and weird in some places, I would use the sharpen tool across that area to have it normalize those surfaces. That would be really nice, because anytime that I have 4 corners coming to a triangular point, one of them always has the toothy edge, and the smooth tool just can't work it out right. So being able to just hit that with a sharpen tool to kind of fix it up and align everything back where it's supposed to go would make things a hell of a lot easier and make things way cleaner.
So is this to place the triangles back into their box, or what exactly would this sharpen tool do?
It's anytime something is thrown out of place because, mostly because of an odd weld. Like if I've
Okay.
got this, what can happen is the either the angle or the flat port or even both of them can get kind of warped and jaggedy, and just being able to smooth that out so it actually comes to a clean edge and a clean stopping point. That would be just phenomenal. It would make things a hell of a lot easier to clean up and make it all look nice.
So would this sharpened tool basically be able to move the triangle wireframes back in their axis back into position
Yeah,
into the square?
yeah,
Okay.
that would be the idea. And then
Yeah.
I don't know if there'd be a context specific way to do it, but a lot of times when I'm doing weird lines like a 3x3 to a 12x12 that's off both axes, it'll have some weird jagged spots along the way. So just being able to sharpen those up and have those nice clean edges going all the way up would make some really really awesome looking effects and further kind of open up what people are actually able to do with it.
Okay, so basically the sharpen tool is to nudge the axis of a wireframe.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And kind of
Yeah, I can see
line
it.
things back up
Yeah.
based on the context of the area around it.
Yeah, I like that idea.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Not really.
Well, it might be or it might not be.
Well, it would be just like the select tool, really. But once you captured like the select tool, once you click it and you're able to move or kind of nudge with whatever you take. So this would kind of be like a nudge tool, kind of. And it would place the sharpening back and forth, moving your triangles. That would be awesome.
Quick update: the patch has been pushed back another half hour. It's going to be at 6. The servers will be going down for that patch.
6:30.
Mhm.
All right. I'm still mining, so
Yeah, keep it up. Do that thing.
stupid alabaster. I'm trying to find it, and it's like sneaking out.
What's the other material that you're trying to mix it with?
Emerald. I want to make the green glowing stick.
Nice. Yeah, I saw Serial. He did some really awesome work. I can't remember, somewhere on Rebellion. He's got this nice like microvoxel frame. It looks very sci-fi, and now he's got the lumicite going all the way up and making it look kind of like, glow in the dark hazard steps, so you can find your way up in the dark. Looks really really cool.
I think with the green material that they added, the glowing one, you can make lasers.
Yeah,
That would
pretty
be great.
much, pretty much.
Oh boy, I crashed. Crap.
Rebellion
Right.
Lagoon on top of the portal. Can't miss it. Okay. Um, so, tour mode. That is something that I'd love to have. So, I don't know if this would be something that you have to toggle or how it would be activated, but a method that you cannot interact with the world other than maybe turning props on and off. You can't craft things, you can't harvest, but in exchange, you have much faster teleport timers, and you can maybe move a lot faster, or some things just won't draw for you, so you can get around the world faster. And basically, this would be a tour mode for people that are just doing tours. I do a lot of tours, castles and crap shacks. I do every Sunday, 2 to 6 p.m. Pacific. It's in alpha, because we'd have the gears everywhere we would go. It would take forever to get across an island. Like 4 hours was barely even enough. Now, with things being what they are, both with the upkeep system and the lack of gears when I'm, vaulting around the world at high speeds,
Mm-hmm.
I can get through an entire island and look at claims in detail in 3 hours. So, I feel like a tour mode would really be great to further enhance that. So anybody that's trying to do tours, maybe they can even do it in 2 hours or less to tour an entire island. Um, just as a nice feature as a way to be able to maybe even remove your character from the world and just be kind of floating around.
Oh, I know what you mean now. All right.
Well, the best thing would be to have a button to turn claim props off. But I think if you turn claim props off, I think like they wouldn't render at all.
Oh no, I don't mean turning the props on and off. I mean like turning a torch from its active to inactive state. You'd still see all the
Okay.
props in the world. It's just um, you.
Okay, so their particles wouldn't work.
Oh no, no. What I'm saying is, you would be able to explore the world and kind of go in people's houses and open the doors and turn the lights on and stuff. But that's about it. You can't mine anything. You can't harvest anything. You can't trade anything. All those features are limited. And maybe it'd be something that you can only turn on and off at the hub. So that way you have to go all the way back to the hub, or I guess just teleport back there when the timer's up to turn it back on or turn it back off rather, and be back in regular mode to harvest again.
So what do you think about being able to turn props off as you work,
I
as you
mean,
move through the land?
I think that would be great too, or especially being able to turn off props on a claim that you're not actually on, so that way it doesn't have to worry about drawing them or rendering them until I'm actually there physically on that claim, or maybe
Right.
within the a certain radius of it that they actually start to draw.
Hmm. I think they are gonna add something to move faster in the map. There are like portals or something like that that you have to pay. I did hear something about that, but I think what you're saying would be mm, like for visiting and stuff, like looking around. I would like it. Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Zem, what's up? Did you have anything you wanted to say on it?
Me, no.
No, Jem?
That's about it.
No.
The kids
She.
turned on the fan.
Oh,
Oh,
that's what it was. I was
that's
wondering
what
where,
happens.
where your audio went there. Okie dokie.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, so one that I talked about with the both of you before the show was the idea of local versus global on the various widgets. So the idea is, um, let me find something that'd be good to use for this. All right, so if I've got my box or whatever, this is a phone here. While it's oriented, 90 degrees vertical to everything, I can move it, forward, back, left, right, up, and down. But let's say I wanted to rotate it at an angle and then use that axis to move it up and down. Or let's say I've got it rotated at this axis, and instead of using the local rotation that it uses, where the axes are altered based on where north and south on the model are, it instead reorients them in the kind of standard position as if it wasn't modified. So it's usually more of like I guess it'd be like a global rotate rather than a local rotate, or even being able to set a point somewhere in the world that it's actually rotating around. If I want to do something very specific, like have 10 torches and then fan them out in a radial pattern.
Princess says you're asking for the impossible.
I'm not asking for the impossible. That's the sort of stuff that you can do in a 3D modeling program. They can build those sorts of things into this.
You know what I would love to be able to rotate on a 45 degrees angle
Oh yeah, and I
instead
think
of just 90, like on buildings, instead of just 90, 45. Please make it happen.
when they're ready to, they'll do it. But right now, the fidelity of voxels at some of the angles just doesn't quite work right. Like how the 1 by 1 by 1 line, if you do it at an angle, it won't work. You can only do it, straight up and down. if you do a 1x1x1 to a 2x2x2, for example, it's all weird and broken up the entire way through because it doesn't have the fidelity with the amount of voxels it's putting down to fill in that space properly. So I think that's going to be part of the problem that they have to resolve before they can actually give us 45-degree rotation. But it's something a lot of us have been asking for, and they'll eventually be able to do it.
Well,
Even if they
I've
can
seen
just-
some. Sorry, go ahead.
Go
Ian.
ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Even if they just had voxel rotation, like the select tool that did a voxel rotation, if everything stayed on a voxel rotation where it was 45-degree angles as it was built, then you wouldn't have to turn it. That would keep your build the way it should. I told you, man. I'm just not a camera person. So, yeah, if you can turn voxels at 45 with your select tool, that would be good.
For sure.
Well, I've seen some buildings that you can actually have a smooth 45 degrees, like a diagonal thingy. And it actually works. People may recall Wick. He's a really great builder.
Yeah.
He has some crazy stuff in his claim, and some of his stuff has 45 degrees angles, really smooth. So I would say it is possible, but it's gonna need a little bit more math into it for rotating. But I can see it happening. It's just making the devs having it, like getting that little bug, 45 degrees angle idea in them, and maybe they can make it happen.
For sure. I mean, that's I guess when they would have those kinds of features coming along the same time. Like the sharpen tool would kind of come in, because I feel like there'd be a lot of the same technology to make them both work. But either one, it'd be great to have, being able to rotate. Even I would even be fine if it does an ugly rotate at 45 degrees and it just doesn't look fine, but whatever, it's going to do what it's going to do. It might even have to take more voxels, or it'll delete voxels if it has to. But, I'd take that. It'd especially be nice to be able to do like ruins and things that it looks like it was built generations ago, and it's now kind of half dug into the earth at a funny angle, like a ancient building of some sort. Being able to just turn it 45 degrees this way, 45 degrees this way, and stick it into the ground, make it look really awesome. And then being able to further kind of build along those lines, I guess, would be kind of difficult. So it'd have to be going back and forth between the angled version and an actual build version to do the actual level design for it, because it might be tough to build all the stuff at that angle.
Well, yes, yeah. Oh man, but I want it.
Yeah, I want it too. A lot of us want it. I mean, I'd love to be able to have full, rotate at any angle sort of thing, but that's a hell of a lot of work. And there's a lot of other features that I'd love to see first, I think. Like combat.
Combat.
Water.
Water, oh yeah. Dynamic water is going to be
Dynamic
so much fun.
water. just imagine the sparkles the Spire has, and add that to water, like having phase X in it. Oh my god, I'm gonna die when I see that.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of lighting effects, if they're actually going to have humidity and stuff be a factor, and actually be able to create natural rainbows if there's enough water in the atmosphere and stuff. Because I think that'd be a neat feature, but it'd have to be very limited consequences to make it, so it isn't just, Rainbow Land everywhere.
That would be great.
Rainbow Land. Maybe one server is Rainbow Land.
I like rainbows. What's wrong with rainbows?
Ponies everywhere.
No pony. It's not to have a pony.
There's nothing wrong with them until it's like the major decoration. It's like there's a tree, there's a rainbow, there's a rock, there's a
Oh yeah.
rainbow.
Okay, I get it.
It would be a little weird, a little colorful at that point. Though there was a really good Nyan cat, and I really hate that I forgot exactly who
Oh.
it was because I actually put them. I feel like it was Minkus, who I put up to the challenge for that.
Ugh.
They did an awesome Nyan cat back in alpha.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I saw the Nyan cat. It was really cool.
Yeah, I saw a lot of
That was
really
the
good
first time
pixel
I ever
art.
seen one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Yamiino was actually playing the music in stream, and my daughter came just dancing in the room. I was like, and she's like, "Oh, that's not it." I was like, "What?" So it was the first time I ever seen it. It was really odd. The whole thing was very odd.
It was
is.
great.
Yeah.
But
I
it's,
love Nyan cat.
it's propaganda like that that helped cats win the internet, which they totally did.
I'm familiar with it now.
Mm. All right. So, something that I'd love to see. Whenever I use the tweak tool and place something, the tweak tool goes away, and that, wherever I move the mouse, the whatever I was trying to place goes there. I'd love to have the tweak tool instead stay where it is. So after I place something, I can just move it a couple of times, place it again, move it a couple of times, place it again, and be able to work, incrementally in steps like that, rather than every single time having to get it close and then shift click and then kind of wedge it in position. Because a lot of times when I'm using the tool and I'm using it a lot in repetition, it is just moving it over one or two steps and placing it again. So it
Yeah.
really sucks that it goes away every time I use it rather than hanging around, and I can just kind of keep using that same, basically that same placement in different areas.
Yeah, I think they can tweak the tweak tool. Definitely. There's a lot of
Tweak.
things they can do to it.
Tweak that tweak tool so it's tweaked.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Speakers tweaking.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. That'd be a great feature. It's probably not that much effort to do it. It'd probably just be a matter of adding one button for place and clear and another button for place and hold.
Yeah.
And of course the cancel button because you still need to be able to cancel.
Well, just like the select button, I would imagine it could be just about the same.
Oh, tweak.
Yep, /O tweak. Indeed.
Oh man, we need the O twerk, please.
No.
Yay.
Even if they never get it in, I want to see a video of Omid actually putting on the green suit with the balls, the little golf ball looking things, and actually having to do the whatever animation for it. Because if anybody's gonna do it, it's got to be him.
I want to see him in his polka dot pants,
Polka
like
dot
when
pants.
he was in Las Vegas.
The SOE Live fans.
Yes.
Why not have both?
When Player Studio comes through, I definitely want to make the SOE Live Lounge and Omid outfit. And if possible, if I could even make it in time, if everything's ready for it in time, instead of releasing it as a normal item in the game, having it as one of the exclusive items to attendees.
Oh man, I can't go
yeah,
there.
that's true. That's true. That sucks. That would suck for people that can't make it. If you buy a ticket, you can still get it even if you don't go. It totally sucks though, but you know.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I would better upgrade the stream first, man, before going there.
Sango. Yes.
Now I can't sleep tonight. Oh my god.
All excited thinking about the Omid suit.
Are you excited?
So that goes through the all the list of things in particular that I was looking to rant about. I'm sure I can think up more things, but that was what I had for this week. So what are some of the things that you folks want?
I would love to see different light sources.
Different light sources. Like, what do you mean?
Like Jem was saying before that we should be able to tweak them, like change the brightness of them and the color. I think that's a great idea.
A
Yeah.
dimmer
Huh?
Yeah.
where the player can control them. Yes.
Yeah, that would be great. And actually blocking the sunlight. I know Princess is like really into that. She wanted to make, for example, a haunted house, and she couldn't because light is coming through the walls, like through the dirt,
Yeah.
and that's not supposed to be like that. If there's light below the ground, it's not right. Like
Yeah.
if caves are not dark enough so you cannot see anything, then it's not right.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's not. I did my haunted house too.
I definitely agree with you there. I feel like allowing dark to be darker when you go underneath, but giving a lot more options for player light sources, being it a combination of your legendary pick that you're using, the light stone or whatever that you have, your offhand torch that you have equipped instead of a grappler, any sort of thing. Maybe your costume. Maybe you've got a hard hat made of lumicite that creates a light radius.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to be able to craft a like a mining suit that has a light radius. And then later down the road, when they actually have combat in the game, it could also be a beacon for enemies. So it's like a use it at your own risk kind of item.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I would love that. And it could actually work like a color picker. Like I'm okay that I know that torches need to be kind of yellow, red. But like lights, like what you can craft, the little lamps that you can craft, you should be able to change the color of that.
Yeah, I agree.
What else? I know it's coming, but I want to be able to mix outfits, and yeah, that's coming. That's what they said. I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah. Don't break my dreams. Yeah, I'm an outfit whore.
I
Yeah.
I can say for sure those features are coming. What I can't say is when.
Soon.
They want those features. It could be soon, or that could be a yeah. No, we know that one's going to be 2 years out. That one we put that one on the 3 to 5 year plan.
What
Or the
else? Flying. I
flying.
would love
Yep,
flying.
yep.
I know it breaks the whole idea of. I know what flying actually breaks and what it brings to the game. You can actually see it in DC Universe. If
Yeah.
you fly through the map, you won't get hurt by any monster because there are no flying monsters. Or they're flying, but they are low, like
Yeah,
really low on
they're
the ground.
limited areas for sure.
So yeah, I would love flying. I know gliding is coming, but that's not flying.
Well. Yeah. No. But
What
gliding is
else?
still fun.
It is.
Armors and
Yep.
armors being hidden by outfits. I would love that. You know, like if you wear a costume, you should be able to show the costume, not the outfit, like the armor you have.
So a choice
Uh,
between the two.
Yeah, you should be able to choose between the two, and probably a dye system. I would love to be able to dye my clothes because sometimes, for example, I don't like. Um, I want to see how it looks on red, for example, and I don't like it. All right, I'm gonna dye it black or a preview button or something like that that I could like try it different. What else? I have like many ideas, so I can throw them.
Yeah,
What
we
do you
have many
think?
ideas.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I think that'd be great. Dye. I mean, just aesthetic customization in general. Both like the lanterns you were talking about earlier, and that's something I've asked before too, is being able to set up lights and other sorts of things. And actually, bottles was one of the examples I used. That you can have a one prop for the bottle, but then the color of the glass and the color of the label and maybe even the design on the label you can select independently and just use that
Okay.
as, things on the prop. So likewise, being able to do that with a lantern, you just build the one lantern, but then you go into the properties of it and say what kind of light it has, and maybe even being able to do other things like having it cast an image on the wall instead of just a regular light. That could be really fun. So you can have people, you can have like your guild logo shining through your lanterns as you go around.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Like adding a picture to it, like an image, and then making it like cast it over it. No,
Yeah, yeah.
that could actually work.
It would, and there is dynamic lighting that would actually allow for that too. So, it'd be really great. That sort of
I can see a Batman sign on the sky right now at night. That would be so cool.
also, I'm sure like that, and also the lighting system they have right now in PlanetSide 2, it kind of, the light will go off into a distance, and if it doesn't hit a wall, it just kind of fades out. But at the same time, I think they'll have more atmospheric properties in Landmark that will allow it to kind of create a beam through, not necessarily fog, but just humidity in the air will kind of be represented for that sort of thing. Maybe not. We'll see.
Other thing I would love to see is being able to affect the materials in the world. Let's say it rains. What happens with dirt?
Oh yeah, with erosion and stuff like that.
Hmm. I would love to see that, like changing the materials of the world. Like, for example, you bring snow or ice into the desert area. What happens to it? It turns to water. That would be
Yeah.
so cool. Um, what else? What else? What else? I don't know. I'm like brain farting right now.
All right. Well, let's pass it over to you, Gem. What you got?
Okay. There's a few things like definitely the weather. Or definitely like to see weather. I don't want a tornado in my house though. I don't want it to affect my house so much that there's so much damage that there's no returning it. I would definitely like to see the weather and the wind though. That would be nice. Interactive props. That is my most favorite thing to have. Since so many people are building chairs, so many people are building beds, so many people are building beaches, why not have little drop spots where you can place little pads where people can lay down and lay out in the sun or lay down in the bed or sit in a chair that you've made? They don't have that, and I'd like to see that.
Or sit precariously on the edge of a castle wall.
Yes, or kneel, yeah, exactly. Kneel on a wall or crouch on a wall. Or sit. We don't even have the ability to sit. So I would like to see
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The basics.
Snore.
He covered the dying. I'd like to see that.
I think they have some of the systems for dye in the game. We just don't have the plants to make the infusers with. So the systems are probably partially in place, but they're not ready to go yet.
I think we covered a lot of the things that kind of was hitting home already. So
Gotcha. So here's one. Bringing back a little bit more item diversity. So in Alpha, you get one pick and then you upgrade it to the next level pick. Then you get another pick and upgrade it to the next level pick. And then you get another pick and upgrade it to the next level. And that was how the progression worked. Now we have, you get one pick and then you get the next material axe. And then you get the next material pick and axe and pick and axe. And it alternates like that. But I'd really like to be able to see an intermediary item for both the picks and the axes to be able to do, like the silver steel pick, for example. Let's say I've got a really good iron pick, and I want to upgrade it to the next tier and have it be able to not only preserve the awesome stats that it had, but upgrade from them. as well as being able to allow me to use that same pick on the next level of material instead of having to build the next highest pick that I would otherwise have to make after getting the proper axe. I would be able to potentially upgrade up to the silver steel pick, and continue on the really awesome item that I had before. Upgradable founder's pick, Dazzler. It's exactly right. A lot of people have been asking for that, and I think that would be great. Being able to just collect as much of the material, as much of the heartwood and the gems and the elemental or whatever that you need. You hammer it in, and it upgrades to the next level. Maybe the particles and some of the effects and stuff get better, stats get better. I think that would be great, and that would really be awesome if they did that. Sooner than later. It'll be a great selling point for the founders packs.
I can see somewhere in the salvaging, when you salvage that, you get like one great feature or one great buff from, say the silver pick that you're talking about.
Yeah, the silver seal pick.
Say that you salvage it, and you get this one great buff or feature from that pick, and you get to keep that, and you get to attach that to your next pick.
You know what that reminded me of is the game Dark Cloud. It's on PlayStation. That had a really good... you would use items to level them up, and as you level them, you could infuse other items into them to get their upgrades and their benefits. So that would be great. I would love to have a system like that, to be able to preserve raw features and bring them along to the next item.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Pets.
What?
I want pets.
Yeah.
I want a dog.
That's phase 5. They're going to put pets in.
Squirrel.
Is that for real? Or are you trolling me?
No, phase 5, they've already said like pets and other sorts of features like that are coming in. That'll be later on, and I guess now would be the time to tell them the kind of pets and stuff. Like, I would love to have, if they're going to actually be functional pets, I'd love to have a banana slug, because it just leaves a slippery trail, and anything that steps on it. The banana slug doesn't really get hurt. It just gets more squishy and slimy, and then your shoes get more squishy, and you're just slipping everywhere. So, something like that, or like a little helper monkey that'll help you ready your items or throw a potion when you're down or something. Something like that.
Fluffy cosmetic nonsense. I know it's nonsense, but it's still fun for me. I love that kind of stuff.
I mean, that actually, if they make pets something that's meaningful, that could be really cool. That might be more of an EverQuest Next feature and less of a landmark feature. But
actually, I was thinking something like, for example, a dog. Like, all right, I need this material. Go find it. That would be so cool.
That'd be really cool to have animals that can help you search for different materials and stuff. That would be great. I'm thinking like, Torchlight 2 actually made really great use of pets. They were kind of like, little helpers. You could heal them when they were down, and give them little bits of equipment here and there to upgrade them, teach them spells that they could use to help support you. But the biggest feature, I would say, with the pets more than anything, was that players would be able to loot or load them up with loot and send them back to town to sell it all for you.
Bless you.
Thank you. That could have been loud. So that would be something, actually having pets be something meaningful rather than just something aesthetic would be great, because it's nice to have something cute following you. Having Nyan Cat following you, farting out rainbows, making the song would be, it'd be hilarious, but something that's actually more functional, I think, would be even better. Though at that, we're looking at something that's probably not a station cache feature, but more of a gameplay feature, because then if it's only for station cache, then it would really be pay to win.
Yeah.
That was another thing you had mentioned, like in the portal that I had heard, where you needed a little bow, and you had like the station kind of animals running around, and that was the only thing you could use, and you had to do like special things to the stuff that you harvested from them. And if you had those type of animals, like that would be the stuff that you use to feed them and different things like that. I know it seems like monotonous to some people, but some people really love that stuff, like me.
I do.
It's like almost
I-
like
I-
a reductionist puzzle MMO at that point.
Yeah.
I have a blast when you're in Minecraft and luring ducks. I love that. With seeds, you know. I love that. That's cosmetic, but still.
Gotcha.
I love that shit.
Breeding the ducks.
Follow me,
Breeding the
duck.
ducks.
I'm gonna kill you.
Nice.
What else?
What else? Yeah.
I like the idea of the dragon. Like if you would burn a tree and start chopping it down, and you get charcoal instead of wood, that would be a great idea. It's like little stuff like that. It's not hard to make, but it also adds like a whole new level of gameplay because you are affecting the world even more. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. I mean, being able to affect the game world in that way, you know, not just the props, but also the enemies. I'd love to be able to have that kind of diversity from.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I would like that.
Was there like specific things that like I don't know your viewers are thinking about?
That's
I
a
don't know.
good question. Hey, everybody, what you got? What do you want to see? We're not going to see a 32-bit client. It's going to be 64-bit only, which I think is totally awesome, and I think it's great for SOE moving forward to start moving to the 64-bit alternative, especially everything on the Forge Light engine, because then you know absolutely not having to worry about 32-bit whatsoever makes everything with the Forge Light engine easier to develop for and quicker to develop for.
Oh, someone in chat is saying, how about food and water, as in drinking
Yeah.
water and stuff like that? I like that idea.
And that would go perfect with the cooking that you were talking about in the portal.
Cooking.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things where food and water could be utilized, not just for the survival and not just for you know, your health regeneration, but could be your like a lot of games do that. A lot of your buffs are also based on it. So maybe not necessarily just buffs, but just your basic stats like your health regeneration, your mana regeneration, your stamina regeneration is all tied to the meals that you've eaten and how long it's been since the last time you ate. So it could get to a point where you're finding yourself just getting winded really quickly at the beginning of something. You're just swinging a pick around and you see your character, you know, wheezing and huffing and puffing, and you realize, oh crap, I need to feed them. They're just sitting there. Or maybe it'll get to a point where they'll just get too hungry and it's like, nope, I'm not going anywhere until I put this bread and cheese in my mouth.
Like a Tamagotchi, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so cool. But the level of cooking I would love to see is, for example, The Sims. Oh my god, like you picking the stuff from the fridge and stuff like that. Keep going to the table and chopping everything and then cooking it. That's the things I want to see in an MMO.
Yep.
You know? Like a whole new level of role playing, because a lot of
You know
people
you're
love that.
crafting. You know you're crafting. You just can't actually see yourself doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I don't like the stuff that we have right now. I mean I like the improvement of the crafting. Like you moving your hands like this that's not real crafting. You need to get a for example the saw table. You get the plank and start cutting it off. You know, like I don't know, that kind of stuff. That's the things I like on the game.
Like a mini game.
Yeah. More fun into it. Not just all right. I clicked it. Oh, it's working. You know.
Yeah. Now that's something.
That's boring.
That's something that I've actually wanted is like an optional sort of thing that you. Okay, let's say you craft something once and it turns out pretty good, then you keep crafting it in that way. But if you decide you want to see if you can do it better, you do the mini game again and you try it again to see if you get a better result. And if if your result turns out better, that's the item that you're crafting instead. So you keep playing the mini game as you improve your skills and learn more about the game and get better tools and such. So that way you can improve the quality of the items you're making by improving the result from the mini game. You don't have to do it every time, and maybe there's still some variance based on that, so you don't make one legendary sword and then you're just a legendary sword factory. But being able to use the mini game as a way to influence the like the range of quality, and being able to guarantee that something's going to be better because you've been able to do the mini game better. But once again, you don't have to do it every time. You only do it when you want to try to improve the quality.
Right.
And by the way, I'm receiving like messages of, I want Landmark to make emotes so I could continue my video editing job. A lot of people are new to request as well. I just found out about SO emote, and a lot of people don't know about that. You will be able to control your character emotions, like the face, with your webcam.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm probably gonna go Karen and EverQuest next, if nothing else, for the emote they've already shown of them licking their lips. That is just like so awesome. Especially because, once again, I'm gonna be doing a lot of combat. When you see Neuro licking his lips, you know someone's about to die. That's just what's gonna happen.
Yes, you can say for Sparta and actually show it.
Exactly. And those are going to be really great features to have. And I'm sure there's going to be potentially different levels to it where you can maybe turn on and turn off different features of it, that it'll not take all of the head motion left and right as much, or it'll have a sensitivity like you can have it that you turn a little and it turns a little, or you can instead have it that you turn a little and it turns the character's head all the way. So that way, if you're just looking around your screen and you want to turn your character's head around, you can have it like that. Or if you want it that you actually have to turn like this for the character to do that, you can have the sensitivity to do that.
People are saying that's going to be
voice
creepy.
activation too. You're going to be able to turn male into female and female into male.
You will take it like this.
Yep. A boy into a man and a man into a woman.
I can't do the man voice. I can't do it.
You can't do this voice.
I tried. I can't do it.
I think you need to start smoking cigarettes like 20 years ago to get that kind of voice.
Oh, I missed out.
Oh, well.
So someone is saying SO emo is crap. Well, they are actually modifying it for Landmark. That's why we don't have it yet. And they are going to actually make it better. They already showed it.
Katria. Can see all the pervs now, face scrunched up and tongue hanging out. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Many things can happen.
It's not gonna replace the O-Nod though.
No. Well, you will be able to act for it. Oh my god. I was playing a request too because of SO emote. Oh my god, I had blast with it. I had Extor actually dancing in game. It's raining, man, and with a very high pitched voice, and he was a tiger. Oh my god. It was so funny. I actually cried.
I almost thought it was me.
I cried. I was laughing so hard.
On one hand, I think of like the awesome machinima people could make in PlanetSide 2 if they put SO emote in. On the other hand, I imagine the just tremendous trolling that would occur.
PlanetSide 2, when people are talking in PlanetSide 2, it creeps me out so bad, man. They're like, "Hey guys, get out of the chopper. Hey guys, get out of my
yeah, because the
the
codec is so tinny, everybody sounds bad. I know exactly what you mean.
All right, Gem can take it.
Now you're used to using.
You wanna see my pulverizer, Gem?
No, I don't want to see your pony or pet it either.
Oh, all right. What? Oh yeah, ponies.
Okay, I'm back. So hot in here.
Yeah, here too.
All right. Was there any other questions?
Can you repeat the question?
Golly.
There were no questions.
There was a question. We were just talking about SO emote.
Oh yeah.
Jamie's totally like, is this real life?
Oh no, it's not real life, but it looks real cool on camera. Ah,
Yamiino, you sound like that all the time. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Definitely glad there isn't the voice modulation. So you're used to
Oh, yeah.
using like TeamSpeaker Ventrilo or something when you're playing PlanetSide 2, right?
Yep.
Do you use do you have the game sound going through external speakers or going through your headset?
Headset.
Okay, so that's the thing that's different for me at least is that whenever someone's speaking in game, I hear it on those speakers. I don't hear it in my headset, so I can
Oh.
differentiate my buddies from random, nerdy sounding guys saying to get in the vehicle or whatever.
get in the vehicle.
Usually the only time I use local is to shout beep to get me people out of the way or to indicate
Really?
to an aircraft that a galaxy is coming through and they need to respect my airspace.
Honk honk.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
move. Honk
It
honk.
works. It really does work.
I just crash into them and they die.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we should play PlanetSide too, man.
It's a
I
lot
played
of fun.
PlanetSide for my first time today. It was crazy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Teaching her the basics.
Cool.
Yeah, I ran around like healing nothing, and then as a sniper, I was actually hitting people.
Shadow Spawn says the servers are up. Was the patch already that quick?
Yeah,
I never
did it go down?
left the game.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
never
could've
left the
been
game.
gone.
Huh.
I'm still playing. I'm still farming.
I guess maybe they pushed it back even further. All right, so we've got a question here.
Question.
Dazzler, it's not SOE, it's SOE. It's not Sony of Effect. It's Sony Online Entertainment. Anyway, how do you feel about the bait and switch big announcement? Big in the marketplace when they already had it featured on the homepage earlier. It's beta.
Give me paper.
I have a question here as well. Just answer that one and I will throw it in.
Yeah, my answer is it's beta. I mean, I didn't even notice.
Oh, all right. Question from Da Vinci. Yeah, here's Da Vinci. It's not Da Vinci or something. I don't know. What would you guys like to see done with mounts in this game? I would love to see them farting. No, not really.
No, I
Feed
think he
them and they
genuinely would. I think he genuinely would like to see that.
No.
Yeah, you probably would.
Pony farts. All right, yeah.
Poop
That
voxels.
came- Oh, it's so cool.
As long as you could use them.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Dung fortress.
like
yes.
fertilizer. Like
Yeah,
if you
and
make
harvesting.
harvesting plants like that. Yeah, like in
Real farming.
real farming. I would love to see that. I want a cornfield.
Yeah.
I want a cornfield and make tortillas with it.
Have you ever actually like stayed and lived near a farm that actually uses real deal fertilizer? Because I used to have a friend who lived out in Oxnard, and let me tell you, that place smelled like horse shit. There was
And
no
it
avoiding
lingers.
it. It
Yeah, you
does.
can't go anywhere.
Yep. They,
Purgatorio
Yeah, I
says
agree.
I would like to see the ability to make mounts like horse-drawn wagons.
Yeah, I mean that's the sort of thing. Things that involve creatures, things that involve props, things that involve voxels. I'd love to be able to see it all. I'd love to be able to make aircraft and stuff that fly around. Actually, the build that I was working on during the later parts of Alpha, that giant 3-claim tall tower that I was making, the goal was actually to put thrusters and navigation systems and a bunch of gun turrets on it and fly that around as just giant battle fortress that I can blast around the world with. So that's I'd really love to be able to see that sort of thing, taking voxels, taking a grouping of voxels and props, and turning that into something that can actually be made into a mount. That would be awesome. I'm sure people will make all sorts of like steampunk horses and cool stuff like that. Trains. Actually being able to have trains and train tracks and things that are defined to move along a track would be awesome. Ski lifts. I saw a Nutty Peanut made some ski lifts. They were actually really good.
You read that? Oh my god! All right, sorry.
Can you smooth the poop, Voxel? I don't know.
I don't know. After the pulverizers, some of them veins look kind of
Dirty.
like that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They
yeah.
look dirty.
Yeah. Yep.
They look naughty.
Yeah. No, actually, I had one vein that was like it folded back and forth a bunch of times. It looked like a cross section of some stomach or something. Looked really cool.
Probably got shit.
Really catch
Holy
it.
crap.
Yeah. We do have a mature setting for the channel.
Oh yeah, I'm always like that. Sorry.
Yeah,
can
that's
hide it.
regular Yamiino.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, mounts. I mean, mounts would be awesome. Just being able to make a microvoxel magic carpet would be great. Just a flat thing, microvoxels, and use something to make the fringes on it, and tell it
And
that it
having-
can fly.
And having the music guy putting on the a whole new world.
We would have to have the Yamiino a cappella version. You'd have to sing both parts.
Huh?
You'd have to sing both parts.
No,
Keep going.
no, I don't know the.
No,
lyrics
no,
of it.
no. I'm saying for the actual in-game track. You don't have to do that
Oh.
right now.
Yeah. I will.
I was singing the next part, so you missed it.
Ah.
Okay, Lock 7 Times asks, what do you think of the speed that development is going? Is it faster or slower, or about what we expected? I would say it's slower than the rate at which they kind of paced it, but it's still faster than I was expecting.
I actually didn't notice when we changed phase from phase 1 to phase 2. So I would say it's fast because I actually didn't know what was going on. I just saw like updates here, updates there, but I didn't know the roadmap. But yeah, I didn't actually know when we changed it to phase 2. And that's great because we are having water now, like static water. So yeah, I would say fast.
I was just glad that every week they are consistently placing something in. I mean, they don't have to. They could wait a couple weeks or a month and just put a mass amount of stuff. I think it's just nice that they are every week progressing and we are moving forward.
The thing for me is the longer that I'm not working on a particular system or particular module or particular part of a program, the more I kind of forget about it and all of its features and what it was set up for and how to utilize it with everything else. So it's the sort of, if they keep fresh with everything and they're constantly working with everything all the time, they're able to, or working with one specific thing and just trying to push forward and finish it all out one at a time, rather than jumping back and forth, spreading it kind of thin, or not having enough people and having to spread the project thin. That sort of stuff can slow things down. So the fact that they're pretty much continuing the momentum of the previous week every single week, it really does lend itself to being able to do weekly updates rather than having to back out and do an update every month or every 2 weeks or something like that.
No, I like the weekly updates.
I do too.
I would love to have like daily updates, but yeah, that's not possible.
No, daily updates mean something's really been broken and they have to come back every day to keep fixing it.
No, like pushing it like faster, like just hire 1 million developers and get it done. That's it. Yes, I don't have patience.
Yeah, well, it's when it gets released and it's got all the features it has at launch, that'll be enough to do some really awesome stuff with. And by the time you've done all that really awesome stuff, they'll have even more cool features to work with, to learn and do awesome stuff with. And as you keep catching up with the awesome features, they'll keep on adding more of them and refining the ones they've already got, and adding more props and objects and voxels and that sort of stuff to the game. So it's gonna keep over the next 5 years, gonna keep growing and developing. And I don't know after that, 5 years down the road is really hard to say. I'm sure they'll say that they've got a 1 year. With every game they say, oh yeah, we've got a 1 year plan. Oh yeah, we've got a 3 year plan. Oh yeah, we've got a 5 year plan. Oh yeah, we've got a 20-year
Mm-hmm.
plan. And I'm sure they do, but the 20-year plan could just be like, year 1 through 5, refer to other plans. Year 6, don't go under. I don't know what the actual extent of those plans is.
Well, I don't know. I mean, every single game has good times and bad times. Um, I don't think it's gonna last forever, um, and it's gonna get better when we get other technology apart from 3D. Oculus Rift, anyone? Which I don't like that Facebook got it. By the way, just throwing that in.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who does like it, honestly. I can't think of a single person other than John Carmack is the only person who said anything good about it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you tool bag, you left the position of CEO just to sell out Oculus Rift to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But yeah,
kind of disappointing to me.
what I want to say is like new technology is always coming, right? And voxels are gonna probably get old later. And I've seen like some games are working on some kind of like tiny little pieces that build the world, and you can actually build with them and stuff like that. It's not voxels, it's not squares. It's actually little spheres um, of the size of one like sand. They're like sand, and I think it's coming to the point where we might actually get into the game more like what anime fans dot hack has. Like you are actually in the game. You are not like watching your screen and playing your keys and your mouse and whatever. No, you are actually in the game. So um, and as technology goes further and further, it's gonna come like really quick. I can actually see that coming in the next 10 years. So yeah, I'm just throwing that in. For example, look at Ragnarok Online. It was one of the best games, and it's dead now. And they were like, "Oh, it's gonna last forever." Every developer says that because they don't want to see their game dying. But
But
that's how it is.
But EverQuest 1 is ancient, and it's still getting, customers
Yes,
and updates and subscriptions and all of that.
yes,
So,
yes.
it's hard to really say that it is going to be at some point. Minecraft is going to go way out of date before Landmark goes out of date. Landmark is going to be it's the thing that I'm sure 10 years down the road everybody's going to be able to play something that people are just, there's going to be tools and classrooms and stuff. It's like teachers teaching level design. It's like, oh yeah, I just use Landmark to do it now. It's much easier
Um,
than teaching them actual programming.
yeah. About the Oculus Rift. I remember someone saying in SOE that they were doing tests with it on Landmark. So I don't know what's going to happen with Landmark. They may actually take over the Oculus Rift market and make something with it. Maybe a 3D vision, if you have a NVIDIA card or whatever, you have 3D vision. And maybe you can play 3D with that and be like in the real game,
Yeah.
not like third person.
Well,
I would love to see that.
Sony's working on their own. It's Mobius or Morpheus, one or the other.
Yeah.
That's the a similar sort of thing. So I figured that would actually probably have integration with Landmark sooner than the Oculus Rift at this point. But you know what? It's I hate to kind of cut things short here, but I kind of feel like it's good to end on a rant here.
Go for it.
It's been 2 hours, so I'm gonna have
What?
to find. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to find some way to do a giveaway here because the old system was broken. How do you do
It's-
yours now?
Huh?
How do you do your giveaways now?
How do I do my giveaways?
Yeah.
I have MIRC running on my computer, and I actually scripted the whole stuff.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't
You-
have a fancy system like that, unfortunately.
You can actually download a Chrome plugin. It's called Twitch Giveaways, and it's like rolling a dice. On
Yeah,
the,
it's broken right now, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for about a week now, unfortunately.
I don't know if I can bring Jamie, but here. But people don't have points here. Never mind.
You can always rant and raid.
Actually, that's right. Let's all go over to Yamiino's channel. Why don't you post it here in chat? We'll all go over there and we'll do the giveaway there. I'll send you a couple lunar anklets, or I'll handle the lunar anklets. Just we'll figure it out and figure out who to send them to.
Are you sure?
Can you do it in a way that it just gets anybody who enters without needing points?
Well, they automatically enter with 4 points already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We can just do it that way then. If everybody already starts with 4 points, then we can just do I guess 1 point to enter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is-
do one. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just enter with one. But how it works is how Geekdomo has it. Basically, people can enter with as many points as they want. So if you want, I can give one of mine away, like lunar anklets. So you don't use yours. Just bring like people to the chat, and I will do a giveaway.
Gotcha. All right.
All right.
Yeah, everybody, let's head on over to Yamiino's channel here. So I'm gonna wrap up the show here, and thank you very much for joining. We'll see you over on the other channel.
Thank you so much, man. It was fun. I didn't actually feel the 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. It goes pretty fast, doesn't it?
Especially
Yeah.
when he's ranting.
Let's rant.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna start the.